What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Seton Hill Studios. Hope you're having a great day so far. Today, we've got a special priority request that came in from Greg. Greg, thank you so much for your continued support of the channel and for your generosity. It's never expected, but we appreciate it more than we could ever express. All right, we're going to be checking out Slash, Steve Winwood, and Mitch Mitchell doing a live performance of Hey Joe, a tribute to Jimi Hendrix. I know it's going to be epic. Slash is going to blow us away with his guitar playing like he always does. I'm not super familiar with Mitch Mitchell or Steve Winwood, so fill me in the comments, who these guys are, where they came from. I'm sure they're going to be amazing as well. You don't take the stage with Slash and pay tribute to Jimi Hendrix unless you know what you're doing. So it's bound to be an epic performance. But before we get into it, a few ways you guys can continue to support the channel. You can head on over to Patreon and become a member there. If that doesn't work for you right here on YouTube, you can become a channel member as well. Both of those are going to get you access to priority requests and a slew of other perks and features. And as always, with a one-time donation through Buy Me a Coffee, you can get a guaranteed request that either Steven or I will react to right here on the channel. All right, y'all, let's get into it. All right, y'all, here we go. Slash, Mitch Mitchell, and Steve Winwood, a live performance of Hey Joe paying tribute to Jimi Hendrix. Let's get into it and see what it's all about.
Support Jimmy, and so have you, London, so thank you so very much.
So he did say that this video had introductions in it, which is cool.
Is Mitch ready? Great. So, while Mitch gets into position, an amazing group of musicians, ladies and gentlemen, some of whom played with the man himself, with their tribute to Mr. Jimi Hendrix. Give it up for him, please.
Where you going with that gun in your hand?
Come on, Joe, where you going?
Hey, Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand?
All right, a little bass line going.
Caught him messing around with another man.
I love how Slash always has the cigarette.
Gonna shoot my old lady and walk on messing around with another man.
So I'm not for sure who's who other than Slash, obviously. Recognize that dude anywhere, pick him out of a crowd. So I'm not for sure who the drummer is. Not for sure. I don't actually know who Mitch Mitchell or Steve Winwood are. So I'm not for sure who's who in the band. So fill me in the comments. I'm sure I should probably know who they are, but if I'm just being completely honest, I just really don't. They sound great though. I mean, those drums sound awesome. I feel like I point this out a lot, but there's the kick drum, the snare, they sound really good. Those toms and that first fill, they just sounded so good. Good sounding toms always stick out to me because they are, to me, I feel like they're more difficult to get a good sound out of than a kick or a snare. And so to get them just to sound real smooth and punchy, like they sounded right there. Dude's voice, again, don't know who it is that's singing, but his voice, I like it. I like it a lot. It's real raw, and just kind of straight to the point. He's got a little bit of grit in there. I can kind of tell, but he's not like, it doesn't feel like overproduced or like he's trying to do anything other than just be himself, which I think is cool. The bass player's good as well. Loved all those little bass runs and stuff he was doing. So it's just shaping up to be quite a performance. And I know Slash is going to take it to the next level because he's going to rip a solo somewhere in here. So let's not delay it anymore. Let's keep it going.
Hey, Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? Where you going? That gun in your hand.
Definitely channeling kind of the jam band vibe of Hendrix.
Gonna shoot my lady.
Don't do it, Joe.
Not caught messing around town. I'm gonna shoot it down. You don't call it mess around town.
Yeah, I like his voice a lot. Okay. Love that organ sound in the background too. Okay.
Hey, Joe.
So there's a lot going on to unpack. I mean, the big organ sound came in, the bass player's holding it down, drummers in the pocket. He hit them triplet fills at the end. That was super cool. I love how Slash, he still sounds like Slash, right? He's paying tribute to Jimi Hendrix. That is a daunting task. Like to get on stage and say, I'm going to play a Hendrix song. There's few guitar players in the world that I feel like more judgmental eyes would be on you than trying to replicate Hendrix. So I think about like Stevie Ray Vaughan. I think about like Jeff Beck. I think about Hendrix. And I think about Eddie Van Halen. Those are four people that I would not want to have all of their fans looking at me trying to replicate what they were doing, because they were truly one of a kind, right? Like nobody replicates. And there's other people out there, but like those are the four that I think of that, like if someone was like, hey, I need you to get on here, I need you to play this Van Halen song, and I'm like, oh man, because there's so many people that are going to be like, oh, Eddie did it better. Well, of course Eddie did it better. You know, and there's going to be tons of people, even Slash fans, that'll be like, oh, well, you know, he didn't sound like Hendrix. He sounded like Slash. Well, of course he did. He's Slash. But I think he did a good job of paying tribute and honoring the style and more importantly, I think honoring the intent of what Hendrix did with this song. You know, obviously Slash is going to put his own flair on it. Obviously, you know, he's playing a Les Paul. He's not playing a Strat. His tone is significantly more gained up than I think was available to Hendrix at the time when he was playing. And so, you know, when I look at it, I'm not comparing him to Hendrix. I'm looking at it as he's doing what he can to pay tribute to a legend. So I don't judge too harshly, you know, when it comes to stuff like that. That solo was killer. It was great. And there was so much good support going on in the background. I honestly couldn't even choose where to focus. I'm like, oh, that organ sounds really cool. Oh, that bass player just killed that bass line. Oh, triplet drum fills. Oh, wait, Slash is doing a guitar solo. So there was so much to unpack, so much cool stuff going on in there. This is great. I knew it was shaping up to be an epic performance, and we still got a bit to go. So let's get back into it.
Where you gonna run to now? Hey, Joe. Where you gonna run to now?
That was a great lick. He's got some great little filler licks in there, man. I like how they're driving the tempo right there. Woo! Just wringing everything he can out of those notes, man. Ooh. Love all the chromaticisms too. Bass player's got me grooving, man. There it is. So this solo too, it's another exactly what I was talking about earlier. He sounds like Slash, right? He is Slash. He's gonna sound like himself, no matter how much he's trying to honor or emulate somebody else. But I truly feel like, and this is just me, you don't have to agree with me, but I feel like the intent and the spirit of Jimi Hendrix is all over this, right? He's not necessarily playing the same licks. He doesn't necessarily have the same tone. I wouldn't even necessarily call it the same feel per se as Hendrix, because I think that was a kind of a one-of-a-kind feel. But that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Like automatically the mind goes to like, oh, well, that's not how Hendrix would have played it. Well, of course not. This is a totally different guitar player who is clearly influenced by Jimi Hendrix, obviously, but I think the most important thing is that the spirit of Hendrix and the intent of the music is all over this, which I think is awesome. All right, let's catch the rest of this guitar solo, man. This has had me hooked, man. That bass player, he's got me vibing, man. He's in there. I love the sound of his bass and the way he's playing, the licks he's throwing in there. It's killer. Oh, he was doing, yeah, he was doing that on a low E. Was that that looked like he was bending the low E string, like way up there, all the way down. Like I would not have guessed that he was bending the low E string like that. I gotta take that back. Wow, yeah, pay attention to that. Like and if I'm wrong, I'll correct myself. But it looked like he was way up there, like 17th, 19th fret somewhere, bending down that low E string to that pitch, which is crazy talk. Yeah, he was. Okay. Just a nasty lick right there, man. Woo! Man. Just a heck of a performance, man. Wow. What a great performance from all fronts. That was epic, man. Thanks, Greg, so much for recommending this, man, and donating to make it happen, because it's the kind of performance that, you feel like you might miss out on. Like, I don't know that I ever would have found this had it not been requested, but I'm super glad it did, because that was awesome, man. Just again, from all fronts, from the keys to the bass to the drums to Slash on guitar, just fantastic musicianship all the way around. Man, what'd y'all think? That performance was epic. Slash crushed those guitar solos. Absolutely phenomenal job. The rest of the musicians, ace as well. Again, I'm not really for sure who's who in this entire situation. The only person I know is Slash. So let me know, again, down in the comments, if you know who these guys are, you can point out which one, let me know who's who. Again, probably should know who they are, but if I'm being honest, I really don't. So fill me in. Let me know, if there's other stuff that they've done that I should check out, because they seem like absolutely stellar musicians. I would imagine, there was some tempo drift and stuff in there, so I would imagine that they're not really playing with a click or anything, but I love that. I grew up, playing music before the dawn of in-ear monitors and everybody playing with the metronome. I'm aging myself a little bit here, but I remember those days of just jamming with floor wedges, and not having the click, to kind of keep you in lane, and you just had to be good. Like, you had to develop an internal sense of timing. And, with the jam band style thing, which Hendrix was famous for, he just got up there and did his thing. And these guys, again, they honored the spirit of that perfectly. Was it, the Hendrix experience? No, but it was a very good tribute and honoring of everything musically, I think, that he stood for. I think they absolutely aced that part of it. All right, y'all, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, so every time we drop new content, you guys can be made aware. Again, thank you, Greg, for the donation and recommending this video. Really appreciate the generosity and your support of the channel. And as always, we'll see y'all on the next one.